There he is, ready to rock and roll. How you feeling, my man? You feeling good?
I'm okay. I'm doing good. Just finished a workout with the wife. So, humbling because it was leg day. And when it's leg day, she takes the lead. And, women she'll go to the gym and she'll do legs 3 times a week. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I enjoy the benefits of leg day 3 times a week, but I don't want to do legs like that. Then you got to walk in pain for the next 2-3 days. It's worse.
Well, as you recover, the Dolphins look like they are actually doing a nice job in free agency. Your thoughts on Greer and company and the moves they've made so far?
Jalen Ramsey, while I initially was not a huge fan, I honestly would have preferred Darius Slay, and I know they were having conversations about Darius Slay for the compensation and then the contract. Oh my God, such a sweetheart deal. You give up a 3rd-round pick and Hunter Long, which is basically
you got rid of Flo's boy. I mean, you're able to dump Flo's boy. That's pretty good.
What? He was a cheap tight end that had upside, but obviously they didn't really feel like there was no commitment there. Maybe the Rams really wanted him. I mean, I don't know, but let's not make this about Hunter Long. Ramsey is arguably a top 5 cornerback in the NFL still. His style absolutely benefits Xavier Howard. Now you don't have to have Xavier Howard shadow the best cornerback. You can just have them both stand up, line up, and defend who they defend and keep it moving. And knowing Xavier, you'll get a lot of interceptions, and knowing Jalen Ramsey, you'll get a lot of good press coverage. So love the move. They re-signed the 2 backs, 3 backs. I can't.
The gang's all back.
Yeah, the gang's all back. But as I wrote in a column,
for Sports Illustrated, by the way.
I'm not in love with that move, because here's a problem that I have with what the national media and some local media are saying about the Dolphins. They are saying, and it's mostly national, they're saying, Dolphins are all in, taking an all-in approach. I'm like, no, I've covered this team for 15 years. This is business as usual for Steve Ross and Chris Grier. Business as usual. Chris Grier has made more trades in the NFL than any other executive during his time span. And it's not even close. That's just how he does business. We knew they were going to make one move. Didn't you know they were going to make one major move? At least one?
But I think what you're misunderstanding is we've never talked about the Dolphins all in as a Super Bowl contender, because just because they made an Ndamukong Suh move doesn't make them a Super Bowl contender, or having Ricky Williams or bringing Jimmy Johnson aboard. All the other hype was hollow hype. It was just hype that you added a player or 2 or whatever, but you weren't really a contender.
Acting like they're conducting themselves as if they're all in.
Well, because my point is that everybody else around the world of football is looking at it like, whoa, the Dolphins are all in. They're players now in this game. And so everybody's looking at it like, if Tua's healthy, the Dolphins are contenders. And
what have they done that's all in? What's the all in move? It's not Ramsey. They do that every offseason. That can't be an all in move.
No, they don't do it all offseason, because when you have X and you add Ramsey after losing Byron Jones, that's actually, that's a pretty big ass move.
It's not an all in move if you do it every single offseason. They do it every single. Was Tyreek Hill an all in move?
Yeah, it's an all in move. But see, the rest of the country wasn't saying all in last year. Why? Because they didn't see the offense the way they saw it this year. So now, and everybody saw the Dolphins play the Bills really well, completely depleted, and their 3rd-string quarterback. So I think there's a different level of respect now for the Dolphins. Like, they're looking at them like, this is a pretty good team that had a bunch of injuries last year. If they come back healthy and now they're adding Jalen Ramsey, boy, they are all in. And this is a team that we can look at as contenders. It's not, remember, we got to get away from the Dolphin bubble where we had all the idiots saying we were pretenders because we got Ndamukong Suh or whatever it is. Those were the talks inside the Dolphin bubble of pretender. This is now the world of the NFL looking at the Dolphins in a different light. And that's why they're saying they're all in.
All right, time out. So because the Dallas Cowboys just traded for Stephon Gilmore, are they all in?
Well, they're always overhyped.
I understand that.
Yeah,
but
they're always overhyped. That's the Cowboys. The Dolphins are never hyped nationally, ever.
Hyped and they're setting you up for the fall. But
There's no fall.
Yeah,
There's
listen.
No fall.
You know what an all-in move
This past year was about injuries. It wasn't a fall.
No,
it wasn't. All the other years, the people that thought they were something, because it ain't me, they're the ones that get disappointed because they hyped up the Dolphins. I'm hyping up the Dolphins, so I can be the fool at the end of the year if they pull the rug on me.
It's fair to hype up the Dolphins. It's fair to like what they've done. But don't say this is a different approach than what they've done in the past, because it's not.
Yeah, but those were phony approaches. They were never
No. It's the same.
This is a contender, bitch. This is Vic Fangio. You're all in, mofo.
No.
You didn't just go get a defensive coordinator. You got one of the 2 or 3 best defensive coordinators in the NFL. And then
David Long is an all-in move. David Long is an all-in move.
That's all in, dude.
David Long is an all-in move.
You don't like that move?
I'm just asking you a question. You say all in. David Long is an all-in move.
No, it's a good move. It's a good move.
It's a good move. But you know what an all-in move is?
All in is Vic Fangio and Jalen Ramsey. Those are franchise-altering moves. That's what they're telling you, Omar. Those are franchise-altering moves. You didn't have a corner opposite of X like Jalen Ramsey last year. Now you do.
Okay.
You didn't have the defensive coordinator like Vic Fangio. Now you do. So the rest of the league looks at Miami's offense and says, okay, now their defense is going to be up to par. They're all in. So it's just a matter of it's another way of saying the Dolphins are a Super Bowl contender by saying all in. Something they never said about the Dolphins.
I'm not naive enough to say the Dolphins are a Super Bowl contender. I get where you're coming from, but an all-in move, as I said, if you're
a healthy Dolphins team isn't a Super Bowl contender.
Where would they stack up in the AFC right now? Healthy.
Well, they're winning the AFC East. They're winning the AFC East. They're right behind KC because you got to give KC their flowers. But outside of that, they're right behind KC.
I'm not sure they're. I mean, obviously, Buffalo's taken some losses in free agency, but
Miami played them that they should have beat them all 3 times. They should have beat them.
Should have beat them all 3
times. All 3. The second one, freaking Tyreek and Trent drop a touchdown on one drive. Braylon Sanders has the brain fart that doesn't keep running. Tua threw him a damn touchdown. He stops. And he ruins that. They stop running the ball when they're gouging them for 7 yards a carry. I mean, there was a whole
hater. I'm going to be declared a hater, but I disagree with you.
Yeah, of course you're
going to. Dolphins lucked out on the first win. Lucky. Then the second win, good game. Probably coulda, shoulda beat them. Third game.
Should have beat him. The third game should have won too. If he gets the play in on 4th and 1, it doesn't become 4th and 6. They convert that shit, and they're headed down a drive, bro. They're headed to score, baby. Mike McDaniel screwed that one up. He screwed some of it up too in the second one also, by the way. There were some things. I don't know how you can't think that if it's healthy. How are the Dolphins not?
If everybody's healthy. If everybody's healthy, they're a Super Bowl contender. The Buffalo Bills are healthy.
No, they're not. They're not healthy. No. If Buffalo and Miami are healthy, Miami's the better team. I said it. If they're healthy, they're the better team.
As I wrote in my column, you want to make the Dolphins all-in team. make the Dolphins a contender. You want to make them the talk of the league. Go get Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook. That's an all-in move.
Now, I think you're better off trying to improve the right tackle spot. I think you're fine. I think you're fine at running back. I don't think
you're fine at running back too. I think you're fine at running back. I want you to be feared.
You got to give me my tight end and fix the line, and then we're good.
I think you're fine at running back too. You know what, Big O? I think the woman that you married, she's fine. She's fine. She's fine. She'll do.
Okay, so then you're good. It's better than marrying a bitch.
Okay, you don't want me to say, Big O, you really killed it, brother. You just knocked it out the park. Oh my God, you got the hottest chick in 100-mile radius. Everybody wants your chick, bro. You don't want me to say it's your
no, but I'd rather have the hottest chicks in front of me blocking for me, and that'll make me even hotter. Because I've got the hottest chicks blocking for me.
I'm not, listen, and you know me, I'm an O-line snob, an offensive line connoisseur.
So then?
I don't understand why I'm in the minority here in thinking that they don't have to go big at right tackle.
No, I'd bring back Brandon Shell personally.
Yeah. I would bring back Brandon Shell, give him a full training camp.
He did good. Did a good job last year.
I don't understand why I'm the only. I guess you joined the camp too. Listen, you don't have to spend.
But they haven't gotten him yet, so I'm still a little concerned until you get him. Yeah. Then I'll feel a little better. Get me my tight end, because I think they're going to go now tight end in the draft.
Yeah,
because it doesn't, there's nobody really left in free agency.
I want OJ Howard, and I want him so bad. He's not going to be expensive. I just want to give him the legit fair opportunity with Tua. He's a dual threat tight end. He's clearly an upgrade over Durham Smythe. I could pay him $2.5 million. He's going to sign the deal. That would improve your team. And if he turns out to be a bust, oh well. Okay, Durham Smythe's your starter. He was your starter last year with Mike Gesicki as your tight end.
You're like my boy Tucker Kraft in the draft?
Listen, I haven't
Tucker Kraft in the draft.
Listen, I'm uncomfortable with drafting a tight end early for this reason. And this is a Jeff Ireland education. Tight end is one of the hardest positions to come in and play right away and make an immediate impact, because they're being asked to do 3 different facets of the game that are critical: route running, route understanding, audibles adjustments. They also have to pass block like a real offensive lineman. Then they've also got to run block like a real offensive lineman. It's not an easy position. So if you go and you draft one,
But if I tell you that I like Goddard before he came out, if I tell you
I
was a huge Travis Kelce guy in Cincinnati, and now I'm a big Tucker Kraft fan. So my track record's pretty good.
I'm not arguing with you. So you're using your second round pick on a tight end.
Kraft. On Tucker. Okay. I don't think the Georgia kid will be there. I like him a lot too, but I don't see the hype personally. You don't like him? Oh, you don't like him?
I think he's good, but
my problem is I don't think he makes it to 51.
Yeah, he's not a first round pick. I don't
think they don't have a first rounder, but I don't think he makes it to 51. I think Tucker Kraft makes it to 51. And I like him, bro. He's a two-way tight end. That kid can play.
If they save tight end, I think they can run it back with Tanner and Smythe. I like Tanner.
Well, they're going to do that for sure.
Yeah, I know they're going to do that. And you can go get cheap tight end. I don't think tight end is that much of a priority, considering that player will probably be option number 4 in the passing game.
Well, I think it will be an option. I think it will be a priority, Omar, only because I think you want to complete the offense. You know what a lot of people were talking about last year with Purdy, right? Oh, wow, look at what he's doing. Well, yeah, it's great when you drop back and you've got the wall of Montezuma in front of you. You got a running back that you can throw or run it with. You got a tight end that's dominating, and then you got three receivers. So you have every level of the offense at an elite level, pretty much. And Tua had the receivers at an elite level. The running game was good sometimes, and then sometimes it wasn't, and then sometimes the
It
coach
was,
wouldn't completely
bro, it was
commit to
average.
it.
Stop. It
And
was
then
average.
and then the tight end,
Buying it.
brother, the tight end.
They didn't even run for 100 a game.
I know, but what I'm saying is there were moments that you had success, and then he pulled away and didn't keep running. Which those are the moments where, at least if you're in a groove, bro, don't disturb Stella's groove. Let Stella get in a groove. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you didn't have a groove in
You're
your
fine
running
there.
game, and you didn't have a reliable tight end.
You're
So if
fine.
you give Tua a reliable running game and a reliable tight end to go along with the passing game, remember what San Diego, the Los Angeles Chargers, and San Francisco, how they crowded the middle? Well, brother, if you have a running game and you have a tight end, they won't be able to pull that shit anymore.
That's why you
And they
go
were
get
pulling that shit because you were one dimensional.
That's
So
why
you
you
need
go
to
get
add
a
those other two dimensions to the offense. And
That's why
then
you
your
go get a
offense is
running back.
what you need.
That's why you go get a real running back. You go get a running back that everybody in the league fears. And think about it. Think about it. Let's say you add Dalvin Cook or Derrick Henry, whatever your flavor is, for your second round pick. You clearly got to restructure the contract. If you had Derrick Henry in Miami's backfield, and I know he's not a zone scheme runner, whatever. He's still the best running back in the NFL. With Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, what do you do as a defensive coordinator?
No, I get exactly what you're saying. I just think you still need a line to block, and as long as you got to get the line to block.
Don't act like a guy like Derrick Henry doesn't make your average offensive lineman look so much better. He ain't got a pass pro a lot, and Derrick Henry's falling forward for 4 yards, and that not just him, because it's whatever your taste is. If it's Dalvin Cook and you want to throw screens or you want to quick hitches. I mean, who gets one on one? Who do you like better than one on one?
Well, that
Waddle or Cook?
Derrick doesn't fit this offense. Dalvin does, because if you're going to play in this offense, you have to be able to be a pass catcher. That's really not Henry's thing.
I don't
forget
disagree.
about the zone scheme and all that. That's not his. That's not what he normally plays in. Forget about that.
I don't disagree with you. But what I want from this run game is give me 4 hard yards. Give me some goal line runs that will
both your backs got 4 yards last year. Both Jeff Wilson and Mostert.
Yeah. But I'm talking about when I need those 4 yards. When I need those 4 yards. I need that 3rd and 2. Give me that 3rd and 2. You got me on that 3rd and 2.
I think they can do that as long as
you hope.
Yeah, well, if you fix the line, then I think they'll do it for sure. But if you have a couple of weaknesses on the line at left tackle, at left guard, and right tackle,
been here for how long? 20 years talking about a couple of weaknesses. You know they're going to have a couple of weaknesses.
Well, no, they've had a hell of a lot more. Now they've only got 2 because they don't have one at the right guard, at center, and at left tackle.
Ron stays healthy, and you know that ain't gonna happen. So you might as well.
But more often than not, you're fine at that position because he's going to play most of the games.
Yeah.
So you're fine. I'm not talking about a couple games that he misses. I'm talking about every game. You got to first solve your left guard and your right tackle. You solve that, your backs will not be an issue. They'll be fine. They'll have a lot of success. That's what I think. I think if you have a line, you can rotate your backs, dude. You can have all kinds of backs in there because your line is that good.
I love O-line talk and I love O-line play. I don't agree with you. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. It'll be competent. I want it to be complimentary. And it's not complimentary. Now, could it be? Maybe. But we're just running it back, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with running it back because, hey, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good and nobody feared it. Well, I want people to fear it. And you can easily do that for a second round pick.
That's up to two things. It's up to the coach and the offensive line. The coach has to also show some dedication to it when it is working. Some guys asking that if Jack Campbell is there at 51, Big O, I'd rather have the linebacker than another tight end.
You good at
In the
linebacker
third round, get Laporta. I get it. I understand. I just don't think Jack Campbell makes it
Good
to
at
51.
linebacker now. What you talking about? Jerome Baker, David Long, Duke Riley.
I
Man,
just don't. I don't think Jack Campbell even lasts to 51.
it's. I mean,
He's a
I
player, but
yeah,
he's a
okay.
player. I think he gets taken before 51. But if Jack Campbell is there with Tucker Kraft, that is a decision. That is one that you have to make
Where are you gonna play?
in the middle next to Long.
Oh, what you doing with Jerome?
Oh no,
Wow, boy, this no loyalty. Guy led
you
your
need
team.
a you need a thumper, bro.
Guy
You
leads
need
your team in tackles for 4 years, and you just gonna be like, bye bye.
yeah. In this defense, yeah.
You didn't even see him give him up. Listen, I don't think Jerome gets a fair rap. He's not the instinctive linebacker that we know and love, and he's not a Zach Thomas. But Jerome's a very well-rounded linebacker who's been able to do a lot of things. And you can yes, he's not gonna just heat seek the runner and go make your tackle. That's not his game. But the man has led your team in tackles for 4 years. 4 years.
What do you think of him in coverage?
He's been better. He can be better if put into a more fitting role.
Well, this is a defense that requires your linebackers to be very good in coverage.
He has been better.
Oh,
Don't act like he wasn't good his first probably 2 years in coverage. He was good, and then something happened. His focus lacked. His body changed. I don't know what happened. He's not good now. I'm not even going to deny that.
well, that's
But
what I'm saying. That's my
but he
point.
once was good. He once was good. His first year, that's what he did. His second year, he was pretty good at it. And then it's
It's not what I would take Campbell over him right away because Campbell's a thumper and Campbell can cover.
the
He can run. I
maybe
like I know I don't think listen, I think I love what the guy brought up, our listener there that brought it up. I just don't even I like the player. I just don't think he's gonna even last to 51. If he does, I'll be surprised. And
somebody Townsville fall. They've got some medical risk or red flag or they were deemed.
but I don't think that's Campbell's case. I don't at
Yeah,
least from what I
I mean,
know. I'm not sure. I can't say I
we
know
all there's always somebody falling.
yeah.
Somebody you projecting to be a first round pick is always there at 51. So they'll have an opportunity to get a good player. Just talent evaluation. And this is a good conversation for me and you because you're more of a Greer guy than I am. I think his drafts have been hit or miss. I think he's got as good of an opportunity to find an undrafted player as he does have a third round starter. But I don't have an issue with it. I just don't think it's his strength. It's not his wheelhouse. But can they find a good starting player at 50, 51?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've grown into the opinion that what they're doing is right, where you trade your draft picks for proven commodities and elite players. I never used to have that opinion, but now I do like that approach because your draft, no matter who's drafting, if the good teams have a 40% chance of having a successful draft.
Well, if you're all in for now and you're trying to win, which is they're clearly all in right now
Don't do
because
that. I hate when you say that because it's not
hold on a
true.
second. Listen to me.
Ain't make all these yet.
All in for a different reason. Relax. Let me
They have a
finish.
2-year window. It's not all in. They have a
That's
2-year
it.
window.
That's it. They're all in for these next 2 years because in 2 years you got to pay Tua and Jalen
Yeah,
Phillips and Jalen
they have
Waddle
a
and
2-year
and
window.
it just gets crazy. So they need to be all in these next 2 years and mortgage as much of the cap as possible and whatever they have to do. and take those chances, and then you'll be like the Rams. But hopefully you'll win your title, and then you've got to take all those cap hits and cut people and all that, but you got your title. So that's the key.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. They're in a 2-year window. I do not agree that they are all in. Now,
no, they're all in and trying to win a title in these next 2 years before they've got to then pay a whole bunch of people off. And then that gets crazy because you will not be able to keep everybody. So in 2 years, they're going to have to destroy this roster, whether they like it or not. So they need to be all in and trying to get whatever it takes the next 2 years to put together a Super Bowl caliber team. So yes, they are all in for the next 2 years in trying to win a Super Bowl.
They are. They know they have. I mean, it's year 2 of Tua's.
It pains you to say it, bro.
They're not all in. Show me the all in move. Show me the all in move.
They just did it. Vic Fangio and Jalen Ramsey.
Bro, they do that. They do that move every offseason.
They just put in $60 million of salary on a corner. Of course, they're all in.
They made Byron Jones the highest paid cornerback in the NFL. Was that an all in move?
Paying their defensive coordinator more than some head coaches.
Bro,
more than any Raiders head coach has ever made outside of Gruden.
That's a Steve Ross move. That's not an all-in move. That's just all in, baby. Steve Ross do, baby.
They're all in. They're building a hospital on the property. They're all in.
Bro, getting restructuring Connor Williams and signing Christian Wilkins to an extension, and then creating enough cap space to make another major move, whether it's Poyer or a right tackle or the tight end from Dallas. Those are or trading for a damn difference-making back. Those are all in moves. This is just Dolphins business as usual, and you know it.
You are so unfair to the Dolphins.
What have they done that's any different? What have they done that's any different than what they do every single offseason? They sign big-ticket free agents. They trade for big-ticket players every offseason, 10 years, a whole decade. Steve Ross's entire
but those teams had no hope for anything.
Okay, just because
this team's got they could go all the way being all in.
When they traded for Byron Maxwell and Kiko Alonso, all in move. Like, bro, they do this every
No, but they weren't nothing they weren't nothing then. I never said they were
just because there's something doesn't. No, they thought they were making themselves a better team, a playoff team.
And I was laughing at all of that and laughing at the fans that kept telling me that.
Here's what I find interesting.
Just like our boy Joe Rose thought when they got Ndamukong Suh was going to change the entire defense, and I laughed at that and laughed at Joe for that because that was silly. So I've never believed any of that stuff. But now,
just nothing. We're arguing semantics. I'm saying nothing that they've done or in their business practices has changed for people to say this all-in move. What you're saying is that these moves are going to make them all in for the next 2 years. No, I hear what you're saying.
They're title contenders, baby. I'll be in Vegas.
No,
you won't, but I'll be in Vegas for the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. I'm just saying.
I can't put title contender with their name right now. You go get Derrick Henry or Dalvin Cook, I can put title contender with your name. But
all right, so
tell
us about Sports Illustrated. What are you doing?
I'm writing a couple of columns. Me and Poop are talking a little bit about what's going on. That's as much as I can tell you right now. We're figuring stuff out.
Follow him on Twitter at Omar Kelly. Catch him every week here doing the essentialmovingexperts.com Miami Dolphins exchange and not giving the Dolphins credit for being all in. Omar?
Listen, foolish. I hate. Do not say all in. They are not
all in.
They are not all in.
They're all in.
Extend Christian Wilkins. I can extend.
That's coming. That's coming.
Do it now. Get yourself.
They just signed Connor. There's
all in move.
No need to extend Connor. They just signed Connor. There's no need to
bro.
extend.
You can extend him and get some cap space, bro. You can.
When they need it. when they need it. If something comes up that they need to do it, then they'll do it.
All
But
right.
meanwhile, they're
All
all
right.
in.
Hey,
Follow them on Twitter.
go get Jordan Poyer. That's an all-in move. I hate. See,
they might be getting Jordan Poyer. You just got to wait there. Hold on, relax.
okay.
You sound like the Dolphin fans complaining last year. What are the Dolphins doing? And here comes Tyreek Hill. Oh, here comes Teron Armstead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Last year, yeah, you're right. Last year it was Pat. It was nice. I said there's a lot of good side items.
It was slow, and then it picked up. This was fast. Now it's slowed down a little bit here and relax. Maybe I don't see Poyer signing anywhere else.
You're
Maybe
right.
he comes here. Who knows? You never know. Either way, they're all in. Either way. Follow him on Twitter at Omar Kelly. We got to get out of here. We got Cam Wolf waiting. We'll catch you next week, my friend. Appreciate you big time.
Talk to you.
Thank you. That is your essentialmovingexperts.com Miami Dolphins exchange.